Last 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, masters. Whenever you are ready, please open your hands and place on your eyes.
Six.
Thank you all, masters, for this wonderful meditation. Thank you all. Welcome all of you, my dear friends, my dear masters, my dear gods. Thanks to our Guru, Brahmashi Pitamaha Patriji. Thanks to our Guru, Master Tarkam Saradarian. Thanks to all the masters, whoever is helping us with all the wisdom. And thanks to all the masters for joining all these sessions. Thank you, thank you, thank you all. So welcome to the 30th day of season 2, Karma Consciousness. Let me share my screen. Okay, masters. So today we will see some of the questions asked by the students of Darkom Master. So there is a question, what is the difference between responsibility and mission? So during one of our sessions, we have learned about this, right? So responsibility is something we realize and we concern about our own people for the good of our society. So that is what the responsibility. Whereas the mission is something that the higher masters will ask the ascended masters, already enlightened masters, who no need to come to the planet Earth. They have resolved all their karma and they don't have anything to come back here on Earth. But still, for a greater purpose, for a greater cause, by the ask from higher masters, they come down to serve the humanity. So that is what a mission. And student is asking, when we return for a mission, is it possible to create new karma? So since we are going to come down to Mother Earth here, lower level, so it is possible that we can create karma. So even the higher level masters who already ascended, they can still go through all the lower level things, and sometimes they may get trapped into the illusion because of the influence of surrounding people, of their own people. So they may get affected negatively sometimes. So they may express their irritation, unhappiness, all these things. So Master is telling it is possible for them also to create some karma. But again, mostly they are aligned towards the higher wisdom. So they will be able to come out of it very easily through their service and all. What is the principle that governs the amount of time that you spend in between incarnations? So there is a student asking, when we leave our body and when we come back, there is a time. So on what basis that time will be decided? So That is what a student is asking. So master is telling the amount of time is determined by the intensity of your actions carried on the physical plane. So the kind of life that we are living on earth determines how much time we are going to be there in the other worlds before taking another birth. So master is telling, if we have done very lowest karma or very lower level people, so we come back very soon seems. Whereas intelligent people who create lots of karma stay in the other worlds for a long time. Whereas advanced people, so it is their choice. They can come back shortly or they can take a longer gap as well. So they can decide on that because they are highly advanced. But most probably, we all come within a short span of time. Is it true that the difficulties of the etheric plane make you intelligent? So one of the student is asking, when we go to etheric plane, do we get intelligence from the difficulties we are going to face there? Master is saying no, because we do not learn from difficulties. We see them, but we do not learn in the etheric plane. So Master is telling it is same as when you take a criminal who killed a person and put him in prison. So when we release him, he again commits so many crimes. Because prison is not a place which is teaching him. So similarly, etheric plane is something like that. It won't teach us anything. We will not be able to learn anything in the etheric plane. So whatever the learning, it should be happening ideally on the earth, physical plane. So in the etheric plane, we will not be able to learn anything. Because when we are in the etheric plane, we are not evolved at all. There is no much progress. So our awareness, our evolution, our understanding, everything is of lowest level. So we'll not be able to learn anything in that plane. Astral plane teaches you and the mental plane teaches you. Because astral and mental planes are above the etheric plane. So when you attain some level of awareness, some level of consciousness, then we'll be moving towards astral and mental planes. So there somewhat we can learn something is what Master is telling, but not in the etheric plane. Because the etheric plane is so much dense, denser than astral. So the etheric plane is a whirlpool of energies where you go and rotate upon your own axis. You are in very bad shape. So we will not be able to learn anything in the etheric plane. So how can we change certain patterns in our brain so that we do not follow them anymore? So we can see so many patterns within us that we don't have a control upon us. We don't even realize that we have a pattern. So it is like a wheel is there, we are rotating along that wheel continuously. We are not even aware. We don't even realize that we are continuously doing the same thing. We are continuously affected the same way. Situations may differ, but the effect will be same. But even that we will not be able to realize. We will not be able to recognize. So student is asking how we can come out of those kind of patterns. So if you want to change certain patterns in our bodies before we die, we can use the visualization process. So Master is telling, visualization is a very good technique that we need to use. We need to practice. So visualization affects the etheric and mental planes. So with visualization, we can transcend these two, etheric and mental planes. So a visualized action changes the etheric patterns. A visualization on geometrical forms and sound creates change in the mental substance. So there are two ways. So visualization affects both etheric and mental plane, right? If it is a visualized action, it affects the etheric pattern. Whereas visualization on the geometrical forms like pyramid and all the structures, cone, spear, so all these hectagon, so all these geometrical shapes and sound. So when we visualize with these different geometrical forms and sound patterns, it affects the mental substances. And imagination affects the astral plane. So astral plane is where everything gets materialized, whatever we imagine. Immediately it materializes, unlike in the physical plane. So imagination affects the astral plane. So imagination is related to the pleasure and pain. So daydreaming affects lower subplanes of the astral and etheric planes, which in turn affect the physical body. So automatically, whenever we are getting affected, whenever we are making some changes in our astral plane, mental plane, etheric plane, automatically our physical plane, physical body will get affected. So it is not because of physical body, all these layers are there, all these planes. Because of those, our physical body will be there. So we learned, right? Depending upon how we are progressing in the etheric, astral, mental, our body continuously be repaired and adjusted according to the level of evolution or level of drop we are going through. Because there are devas continuously working on all these layers. So it is immediate. So that's why Patrici tells us that spiritual health is the root, physical health is the fruit. So if we have anything to work upon, we usually work upon on the physical level only. But masters are suggesting that because of the spirituality, your physicality is there. It's not the opposite way. Your physicality will not affect spirituality. Because of your spiritual progress, your physical level will be progressing. So you can use this visualization technique intelligently, visualizing that which you want to be. So our visualization should be in such a way that what we wanted in our lives, wanted, how we want to see ourselves. Based upon that, we need to have a visualization technique to improve our lives, to overcome limitations and better life, all these things. Can people continue their physical lifestyle in the other worlds? So this is one more important thing. So one of the student is asking, what are the lifestyle we are having in the physical body, in this physical level, physical plane? Will it continue in the astral levels, in the next levels, in the other worlds? Master is telling exactly. For example, when you are going to the astral plane and you are half awakened and you were a shoemaker in the past and you awakened 1 minute, you can continue your shoemaking business there. You buy a place, build, because in the astral plane, whatever you imagine, it is instantaneously built. So astral plane is about the imagination. So whatever you imagine, it manifests. So if you haven't watched the movie Soul, I recommend all of you to watch that movie. It's so much beautifully explained, the levels, the layers. Such a good spiritual movie, masters. So if you haven't watched it, please watch it so that you will get some greater understanding, greater perspective. So this astral plane is whatever we imagine, it will be manifested immediately. So that is what master is telling. Suppose we are doing some shoemaker business in the physical plane. and we left the body. And if we are aware for even for a 1 minute, if we were awake in the astral plane, even for that 1 minute, we do the same shoe business, because those are the strong imprints we carry from our physical body, physical level, because we haven't awakened ourselves, we haven't evolved ourselves. So the great sage says that sometimes we go to the astral plane and amuse ourselves, looking at how people are busy building houses, businesses, and are occupying with money. So in the other worlds, we don't need all these things, but we still carry the same old things what we used to do in our past lives. Because the impression of the physical life is so impressed on them that they do not have any other alternative. They cannot think of more than anything else other than whatever they have done, because they don't have that understanding. They don't have the knowledge, spiritual knowledge. They don't have the spiritual strength, spiritual energy, because we are still associated ourselves with the body, physical body and a physical life, materialistic life. So we are so much into it, and we carry those only along with us when we leave our bodies. So whenever we given a momentary awareness, because when we are not aware, we will not be able to move to astral and mental planes. We will be in the etheric plane first of all. But by any chance, if we were given a momentary awareness in the astral plane, we continue the same what we have done in the physical life. So that's why Master is telling. That's why students of wisdom must daily think that this life is transient and that they are sparks, they are energy waves, they are circuits. So we have to continuously reiterate to ourselves that we are the souls, that we are here for the spiritual, we are the spiritual beings, we are here for the human experience. We are the energy bodies, not physical bodies. Because all the life around us tells the opposite way. So that is why we need to keep reminding ourselves, so that we give instruction to our subconscious continuously, and we rewire again and again. Whenever it is getting affected through outer media, we change it with our inner sense. Yeah. If you develop a compassion and identify with the interest of humanity as a whole, is that the moment you transcend karma? A student is asking. So whenever you develop such a compassion and you identified yourself with the humanity as yours only, your responsibility. So is that the moment karma gets transcended? So Master is telling, because of your compassion, you create a sense of responsibility in yourself. Master is able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, I think I lost actually. It is showing me preparing live stream. Yeah. So Master is telling, compassion says to you, what is going to happen to this earth? And you say, I am emancipated or liberated from it now, so I do not care it at all. But after a while, you say that, no, I must come back, because you have that sense of responsibility now, because of the compassion you have generated within yourself. You feel that responsibility automatically. So you come back as a scientist, as an artist, as a composer, to do something great for the humanity. And Master is telling, once you come back, once you do all these things, they crucify you. And you go back again and say that, bad boy, why did you go there? Because they crucified you, and for a few centuries you think you digest that. So since we came back here, we did so much to the humanity. Again, they mistreated us. We leave the body. And again, we take so much time to come out of that, to digest whatever has happened. And again, we come back again because we feel that responsibility. So Master is telling, when you have a compassion, you have this urgent inner urge automatically that comes, a sense of responsibility, which will not make you sit idle. It will push you to come back again for doing something great. So that is what avatars are doing. So all the avatars, whatever we have seen so far in the generations, so they all came because of their compassion, their sense of responsibility. How do you learn to be awake? How do you learn to be awake on the astral and mental planes? So my student is asking how we can be aware or awake on the astral and mental planes. So Master is telling it is through meditation and living a conscious life. So only through meditation we'll be able to become aware and we'll be able to become conscious masters. So most of us are not living a conscious life. Conscious life means living according to our principles and knowing what we are doing, what we are talking, what we are thinking, and what their effect will be. So this is what about living conscious life. We have to be aware of what we are thinking, what we are talking, what we are doing, and what is the effect of our thinking, what is the effect of our doing, what is the effect of our talking, or what is the effect of listening, what is the effect of our intake, what is the effect of food that we are feeding to our mind, to our thoughts, to our body, to ourselves. So everything counts, everything matters, masters. That is what the conscious living. So only when we awake in the physical body through meditation, and when we cultivate this consciousness to life each and every moment, then Master is telling we can be awake in the astral and mental planes. So some stay 70, 80, 90 years in the etheric plane. How do they make a breakthrough to get out of there? So law of karma sends them back for another round. And when they come back, they must come to the teaching. So my student is asking, suppose some are in the etheric plane for so long, 80, 90 years, 100 years. So how can get a breakthrough from it? So law of karma gives everyone a chance, everyone a choice to go back and correct themselves, to work upon themselves. So Master is telling when they come back, they must choose teaching. They must learn teachings. They must understand. They must read books. They start doing meditation. They should start doing meditation. They should cultivate as a self-discipline. It is not for anyone else, for yourself, and it should come from within you. So that decision we need to take through our own choices. So we have to tell ourselves, today I'm going to sit and read this book, think about it, and do some discipline, and eat less, drink less, focus more on the path. So that is how we gain control over ourselves. And when we gain control over ourselves, you awaken more and more, because control and awareness are related to each other. So here control means we have to replace it with mastering. So we have to master each and everything within us. Our thinking, our eating, our drinking, our sleep, our actions, everything we need to master. So only when we master, then we will get a chance to be awakened. So Master is telling, nature provides opportunities, but you must catch them. So that's why we need to always request the higher authorities. Please pull us from darkness to light. Means all our affirmations, basically. So through our affirmations, through our visualization, we should always request the higher level masters to put us back to the light, in the path of light. And moving towards beauty, towards love, towards passion, towards compassion, towards kindness, peace. So this is something we need to consciously tell to ourselves. So student is asking, you say that karma is not created in the subtle worlds. So Master is telling, yes, in the other worlds, we cannot create karma. Only in the physical world, we can create karma. Only the awakened people, enlightened people can create causes, but not karma. Because one who is enlightened to such a level so that he can continue his duties in the other worlds, they are very well aware and they are not in a position to do an action that creates effect. They only create causes so that it helps everyone. It will not cause any disturbances. It will be in harmony with existence, whole existence. So for a normal being, that's what Master is telling. So other worlds are only the effect of the physical world, whatever we have committed here. So we reap the karma in the other worlds, but we don't create karma. Whereas somewhat enlightened people, awakened ones, they can continue their work in the other worlds as well. So Master is telling there are two kinds of causes and two kinds of effects. One cause does not create karma, but the other cause creates karma. When you sacrifice your life for others, you do not create karma. You create beneficent effects. So whenever we live a life full of sacrification for the benefit of the whole, not for the benefit of you, for the benefit of the whole existence, for others, then we do not create karma out of it. So the action which is in harmony with the laws and principles of the universe will not create any karma. But whereas which is not in line with all the principles, all the existence, that will create karma. So student is asking, people eternally live in a dreamlike state. In other words, Master is telling, people eternally live in a dreamlike state. They do not have free will to act as they want because all the causes of their actions are generated by their life on the physical plane. So in the etheric plane and all, we live like a dream state only. Because we don't have much awareness, we don't have a free will to do anything there. So we just go and come back. So in the other worlds, we see the results of our actions committed in the corresponding plane in the physical body. So whatever the actions we have taken here, which affects either etheric, astrally, or mentally, so we reap those kind of effects in the other worlds. So Master is telling, one of the goals of human destiny is to make man awake in all planes. The awakening process can also be called the initiation process. So as we already learned about the initiation process, right? The path of resurrection. So whenever we start taking steps to transcend our physical body, to transcend our astral, emotional body, to transcend our mental body, so we move to the next level of initiations. So Master is telling our goal should be such a way that we should be awake in all the planes, not just one, all the planes. So when the karma come into being, so karma is the reaction of the laws and principles of the universe. So whenever we are violating, whenever we are bringing some disturbance to these laws, especially in the violation against light, violation against love, and violation against beauty and unity, we create karma. So when we create karma, we have to pay back. We have to come back again and undo whatever we have done to bring back to balances. So Master is telling karma can be paid through love, through light, and through beauty and unity. So if we create less karma, we will be given more chance to become more aware. So a moment of awakeness does not create effects in the other worlds. If the memory of the moment of awakeness is kept in your consciousness, after you incarnate, it may create tremendous change in your physical plane life. So once you leave the body, suppose you have given a momentary awareness in the other worlds, that will not affect you much there. But if you are able to keep that in your consciousness, then whenever you take the next lifetime, next incarnation, that impressions will help you to move in the right direction. They will be always giving you certain kind of inspiration so that you can move in the better way, in a better path. So Master is telling a moment of awakeness and understanding of the law of karma, in the other words, give you a sense of immortality, a sense of infinity, a sense of balance between matter and spirit, and gives you a better direction in life. So those will help us, even because here it might be a momentary. Here 1 minute might be some number of days or number of years in the other worlds. So you can imagine a momentary of awareness means that itself a lot. The whole Bhagavad Gita, whatever Lord Krishna has explained to Arjuna, it happened in just like a split second, masters. So you can imagine how much that split second in the other worlds. So even that, only when we are eligible, when we have done something better in our past lives, and when we are moving in the right direction, at least to somewhat, then we will be given those kind of chances, so that we will be given a momentary of awareness, so that in our next life, we move farther towards path of light. Do the moments of awakeness in the other worlds cause changes in our self-image? Yes, it does while in incarnation. Because when we get that awakeness, that will give us a lot of direction actually. The self-image created in the other worlds is a moment of awakening becomes an unconscious image in our life that pressures us to change or adjust our self-image in the physical plane. So it always guides us like an invisible force within us. It gives us all the motivation, all the direction, all the inspiration from the inner. So Master is telling an example. Suppose you lived all your life in the slums, but you helped so many people in your community, and your work was liked by some great master, and he rewarded you with a entry to a party of noble people in a magnificent palace. So you go there and you see all the beauty there, all the rich life there. And once you come back, you can't live the same life again, because now you have raised your consciousness levels, awareness levels, such a way that you are admired by the greater life. So you will not be able to come back to old lifestyle again. You want to pursue a new life now, definitely. You will have a intention within you. Now I have to move towards that life. So whenever we see something better, something beautiful, something wonderful, obviously we intend to become like that, because that becomes an inspiration for us now. Now our goals, our intentions, everything changes. We'll have a better perspective towards life. So our life also can be better than this, whatever I was having now. So that's what Master is telling. So a momentary of awakeness can bring you a lot of changes. It drives you invisibly towards a better path, towards a better life. So the more awakened moments you have in the other worlds while out of your body, the more lucid dreams you will have while in your physical body. So that will really help us a lot, Masters, to see something greater, to visualize, to imagine, and to create better life. And some students are asking, will there be any people who can refuse that awakenness? Yes, that is also possible. When we are trapped so much into the physical life and the physical urges, all our emotions are mental, or we are vibrating very low, and we are getting addicted to all these things, lower level things, then we will be ignoring the inner calls. So that's what Master is telling. So those who work against their own good. So again, we have to come back and we have to clear our karma again. That is a different story. So Master is telling, there is a question. Do you think that we must teach the law of karma in our schools? So Master is telling, yes, it should definitely be taught in the schools. So Master is telling, if I feel that in the coming centuries, the law of karma will be taught in all elementary schools, colleges, and universities as well. So this will eliminate 80% of the crime and awaken people to cooperate with the law of the common good. So Masters, Thakur Master clearly telling that law of karma is one of the subject that should be taught to each and every individual from their schooling until the universities, so that each and everyone will be aware of how to live life, how to perceive life, how to perceive the experiences, so that they can train themselves, they can awaken themselves and create a better world. Okay, Masters. So these are some of the questions and answers. We will pass the session here. So Masters, we have already crossed 10 o'clock. So 95% of the subject we have covered, Masters. Only very few percentage have left out, but we will not have enough time to cover them. Tomorrow we will have one karma cleansing meditation, Masters. So I recommend all of you to please join tomorrow without fail. Like whatever we have done in the last season, the last day, similarly, we will do a karma cleansing meditation tomorrow. So thank you all, Masters.
Can you
If you have
repeat the
anything
name of the film you recommended?
Soul. S-O-U-L.
S-O-U-L. Okay.
Yeah. It is a very beautiful movie. Watch it. You can definitely whoever is aligned to the spirituality, definitely they will get more understanding and more inspiration from that movie. Such a beautiful movie it is.
Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Thank you very much. Okay, masters.
Just one quick question. So
Yes,
if you
madam.
can remind me, tomorrow it's the normal, so meditation is half an hour is normal.
No,
And
tomorrow we will be having 45 minutes to 50 minutes meditation. It is not a regular meditation. It is like affirmation that we are telling to ourselves basically, which will help us to cleanse our karma. So it is a step to cleanse our karma, purify ourselves.
And that's the early part of the session.
Yeah. So after completing the meditation, we will hear to all the masters' experiences, how they felt about and what they have learned through this season 2.
Sure, I'd like to participate in that, yes. Because I was reflecting on some of the things coming to an end, just thinking how it has, what impact it has had on my life.
Okay.
Trying to squeeze this, and you get us glued to the screens even at this time of the night, tirelessly, so enthusiastically, so passionately, so real commitment to the sacrificial service that you have for us. And what is it that I've been taking, because I've sacrificed in my own way some of the aspects around the home environment. But what is it that I've taken? And I was reflecting, and I picked up some notes on my journals, and I thought, yes, it'll be nice to just touch on some of them tomorrow. So let's see what works out.
Sure, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
really
very much.
grateful.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, masters, for your messages. Fine, masters. If nothing else, we can wind up the session. Happy night, all of you.
Shubhratri. Dhanyavad.
Yeah. Shubhratri. Dhanyavad. See you tomorrow.
Dhanyavad.
Happy night, all.